Alright, hey you guys, I'm gonna make a quick video just explaining what my controller settings are for my PS4 controller. If at any point in this video you need to, you can obviously, pause the video, just look at the settings. I'm gonna just go kind of quickly, just touch up on why I have certain settings for certain things. And I mean, this is only gonna be for, stuff that actually affects the gameplay. I'm not gonna go over, like the settings or anything stupid like that. Just like my binds for the controller and building and shooting stuff like that. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and go through it really quickly. Okay, so the first part of the settings is going to be here in game. I have toggle sprint off, sprint by default on, sprint cancels reloading off, auto open doors on, hold the swap pickup on just because I hate, I mean it's nice when if I'm holding an AK and I want to pick up the regular green AR without picking it and putting it in my inventory, I can swap them by just holding my interact button, which for me is square. Toggle targeting off, mark danger on, auto pick up weapons off, because once again I hate just automatically picking up every single weapon when I'm running through stuff. It's very annoying. Auto sort consumables to right on. Reset building choice on. Um, this is like if I were to have pre-edit on, I don't have that on. I mean, that is disabled, so I have pre-able disable pre-edit option on. Turbo building on, confirm edit on release on. I know a lot of like pro people play with that off. I think they like to have it confirm edit on release off, and they actually hold their edits the entire time. But me personally, I have that on. I think that's all that is for controller settings here. And then let's see some other little random settings. And target info off, pick up loot stream off, map and backpack keys off. This is just like random info that's not really important, so I just turned it off. I don't think it really needs to be there. Usually I have my net debug stats off as well, but it's kind of interesting just to see what your ping is at, just so you can know, oh, I'm lagging right now, that's why I can't hit these shots, or that's why I can't build properly, blah, blah, blah. Some other stuff, reticle ammo indicator off, just because, why not? Control prompts off. Alright, I don't play on mouse and keyboard, so all this is set to 0, just to make it look nice and neat. Alright, here's where all the nitty-gritty stuff is really coming into play. Controller auto run on. This is nice, so if I'm like reorganizing my inventory, I can, or if I'm looking at the map, I can just double tap X, which for me is my auto sprint button, and I can like look at that stuff while I'm sprinting and keep moving towards zone. Build immediately, Builder Pro off. I do play on Builder Pro, but I don't know, I don't really think this makes a difference if you're I really don't think this makes any difference at all if it's on or off. I haven't noticed any difference at all, so I just put it off just because whatever. When switching to a different build piece, using Builder Pro, it will try to build immediately. I think they meant for Combat Pro. I think that's honestly a typo that they just left in the game. Edit hold time, it's 0, so I just literally tap the edit button and it instantly goes into edit. Vibration on, because it just feels, I don't know, it makes it feel good when you're playing, just having that controller vibrate. I know it's like for a lot of pros, they probably have that off, but whatever. Build mode sensitivity multiplier for edit and for build mode is both 1.6. That's just personal preference, but for me this is a nice speed. Advanced options on. So here's another really well section, that like a good section people like to find out what you have your stats or your settings for. 35% for both of these, vertical and horizontal. I have this turning horizontal boost at 16%. An additional left and right rotation speed applied when the controller's right stick is fully deflected. When set to 0 to disable the horizontal boost. So I have this at 16%. Turning boost ramp time. Time it takes to reach the boost speed when the controller's right stick is fully deflected. 0.0 will cause it to kick in instantly. So we have this to kick in instantly. I don't know, this is a little bit tricky and confusing to be honest, but this just feels good for me. When I have this stuff messed up, like when I had this at 0 here, and this up to like whatever this goes up to, when I had this at like 20, it just felt really weird and wonky, so I just, like, wonky slush, but no, for real. I just had this stuff put here, and it feels really good. Instant boost when building off, once again. Not exactly 100% sure, but like when I have this on, it just feels wonky, so I turn it off and it feels better. I had this at 9. This is probably slow for some people, but anything other than this, it just feels really weird for me. All this stuff is just at 0 because additional up and down rotation speed when the controller's right stick is. So I like having that fine-tuned, like, very fine precision when I'm aiming down the sight. So I have this stuff down. I don't want it to do any extra movement, any extra boost or anything like that. Look dampening time, 0. Time it takes to reach the expected look rotation speed after applying initial input to the controller's right stick. Set to 0 to disable the dampening. So yeah, that's 0. Input, linear, I honestly don't know the difference. The linear, I think it's like whatever you move the stick to is exactly what the stick is going to do. And then exponential is like a weird curve, like it'll eventually gradually get faster, even though it's just really weird. Linear just makes more sense just in my head. Aim assist 100%, because you know we're controller players, that's what we do, 100%. Dead zone, this just feels good for my controller. This is like the, you know, what they, Fortnite or what Epic recommends to be at 12 is like their default. As you can see, the little circle, it is jittering a little bit, so I do have a little bit of stick drift, but 12 cancels all that out. You just have to play around with it. If you have more stick drift, then you have to bump that number up. All the stuff off because I don't have a foot controller. Alright, so now the last but not least, I messed up I didn't mess them up, but I rearranged these a lot just because I was playing Warzone before and I just wanted to copy the settings directly from Warzone on the Fortnite because I played Fortnite after starting Warzone. And so that's why I have some of these you'll notice are switched from what you may do. So you can just, I'm not going to go in depth, you can just look at it and see why they are the way they are. The only thing I will go into is my jump, my edit. I have my jump on the left sticks. When I press L3 or when I press the left stick in, that's my jump button, so I don't have to take my finger off of the sticks. I can keep moving and jumping at the exact same time. And then the same idea for the right stick. I have the right stick when I'm looking, I can like edit while with my look stick, so it's just perfect. I don't have to take my finger off of those sticks at all to do those two important things. And then the build controls, these are pretty standard. I do, like, once again, the edit is switched with my right stick, and then the crouch and repair is square, and then the trap picker, material is on the D-pad. That's a little different. And once again, the edit, select is with R1, so it's like the shoot button is R1, and then reset my builds is also on the right stick. So all the stuff that has to do with editing and building is on the right stick. And that just feels super nice. And that's pretty much all the control settings that you know, anyone would ever need to see. I didn't change anything, so I'm not going to save those settings. And just to give you guys a little bit of proof, like, yes, that's really how I play. I mean, not that that's unbelievable, but just to give you guys some proof. And here's me cranking some 90s. Here's me doing this, you know, double edits. Oh, I messed that up. But as you guys can see, this is exactly what I play with it on. It just feels like really natural. I mean, I only just changed these settings not that long ago, but it just feels like really good and comfortable for me. So, like I said, rewatch this video as much as you need to. If you want to get some ideas for like what you could have your settings set to, or if you're just curious on how I play, you have these options available for you now. And yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out my Twitch stream. You probably came here from the Twitch stream, but in case you did, you just randomly stumbled upon this. Twitch.tv/xcollado414x. And yeah, thanks so much. Peace.